You may need 4 to 6 weeks of exfoliation before your actual topicals can penetrate your skin. I just had this conversation with one of the Patreon clients, and I know it's daunting because you're thinking of all the skin prep you're going to have to do, but honestly, this method I'm noticing saves people so much freaking money and time. I do have a lot of people who do come to me for help, and it's like the products that they're using aren't bad. It's just that the prep that their skin needs to allow the products to just actually kind of marinate in their skin and penetrate is a lot more than what you would think. Like it's not common sense that you would need to take 4 to 6 weeks of just exfoliation before your topicals are even working. Now, we do talk about prep for glutathione. So for some people that looks like doing sauna, sweating it out, and just building up your skin internally before starting glutathione. So you don't have to worry about like the detox effect and making sure that your body can actually absorb it better. But we don't really talk a whole lot about what you have to do for your topicals. Now, exfoliation is insane, guys. If you do it right, you can get down to your birth color. We're talking like your baseline color, the lightest you can get, I guess, naturally before using like all of the topicals that will lighten you lighter than what you were born. A lot of us, we are not our birth color. If you were to look back at some of our, pictures, especially like when you're a baby, you're not like out in the sun, usually, or even like looking at your ears, usually those don't get a whole lot of light, but it's usually 1 to 2 shades lighter than what we have, especially if you live in a hot climate, Florida, Texas, Georgia, places like that. So just doing exfoliation, like don't sleep on it. You can get really light just by exfoliating, and we're not just talking about like physical exfoliation, like using a Korean Italy cloth. We're talking about chemical exfoliation. I'm doing basically the skin lightening, kind of like the beginner's guide. Though honestly, a lot of the stuff that we talk about, it's not quite beginner. I would say it's like even more moderate to advanced, because we talk about what different percentages of chemicals you can use on your skin, what time of day you can use it, what you can mix, what you can't. So it isn't really just the basics, but basically it's just like a playbook of what you need to do, and any issues that you might run into of why whatever you're already using isn't really working. But just the skin prep, oh my gosh, the skin prep is crazy. And obviously, like, I break that down in like the videos there. If you are one of the VIP members, you guys get a PDF version as well as the videos. And so the PDF version, you can just like save it to your files and you can read through all of the charts, all of the steps. Like, it's a lot of information, guys. Like, it's a lot of information. But as far as just like exfoliating, when you're doing it the right way, you're removing all of the built up melanin. So you're going to continue lightening and lightening and lightening. And your goal is to reach a point where the melanin in your skin is produced and removed at around the same rate. That is what's going to get you to your birth color, your baseline color, basically the lightest you are without any permatan, any suntan. So we need to get you down to there. It's only once you get down to there that you can start using these lightening creams and serums, and they're the ones that are going to basically turn off the melanin inducing pigment. They're the ones that are going to basically get you I guess unnaturally light. Like, you're not just going off of your genetics anymore because you're turning off those pigments. So now you're going to be getting like the lightest you've ever been in your life. Like, not just when you were a baby, you're going to be going beyond that. So to get there, you have to remove those layers, and it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks. And no one wants to hear that because it's like, this is going to take so much time. But the people who run straight in, especially when you start using the topicals and you don't prep the skin for it, you're just using up more of those expensive creams and you're not really seeing the quick lightening. So that's why for some people it's like, oh my gosh, after 2 to 3 weeks of using this, I'm already seeing a difference. And then other people are like, I don't know, I feel like I look even a little darker in some areas. And it's like the people who have the faster results were already using other type of chemical exfoliators before, and their skin was already prepped. Like they were already pretty close to their baseline. So we're already, like, the stuff is like posted on Patreon. This week we're going to be going even further into it. Like when I tell you guys there's just like a ton of information, there's just a ton of information. The research I've been doing is basically just making this the easiest it's ever been, especially when it comes to like topicals and how to like make your own. So definitely go look at that. Also this week, doing basically weight loss, kind of like a 14-day thing. So today is day 1 and I'm showing the meal plans, the workout routine, and also kind of talking about the unhealthy, like if you need to like lose weight really, really quickly. So like those kind of unhinged, I guess you could say, tips for weight loss. But also I'll be doing and showing you guys the more sustainable, healthy way of doing it too. So I know sometimes like it depends on if you're desperate. If you are desperate to lose weight and you're just overeating all the time, then sometimes 2 days of like one of the unhealthy methods, which it's using basically one of the supplements, or it's actually following like this one diet that's like crazy. But usually 1 or 2 days of that can kind of like launch you into getting where you need to be. And then you can continue on like a normal just way of eating and habits. So go check that out. I have like 8 or 9 pounds to lose within the next 2 weeks. So that's what I'm going to be showing you guys. So if you're interested in like, sharing whatever weight you're at right now, I'm obviously sharing all of my just like pictures of like the scale and what I'm doing and the food I'm eating and all that stuff. So if you guys want to come along for that journey, come on over. We're doing both of that. But yeah, I just really thought we needed to get into just the skin prep. I am working on a video right now about skin building, which is going to allow you to use these harsher skin lightening topicals and creams in a way that's not going to cause any type of damage. Because sometimes if you start using some of these things, you can have like a lot of just like dryness. You can start to see veins and weird things like that. And it's like, usually your skin, you didn't go through this skin building process. So that's the next Patreon video that I'm working on right now. But yeah, guys, just head over there and yeah, don't skip out on just the exfoliation prep, especially if you feel like you're just not getting where you need to be with these expensive lightening serums and creams.